Hi, this is Attila16 and this is a video of Wargame European Escalation, and this is an online replay, and we're playing NATO this time. It's 3v3, so and it's on Hell Highway map. So let me introduce you to our forces. So here I have a Kiowa, and here I have a command vehicle. Here it will be very convenient, everybody is on the road. You have some Bradley MBT-70, some Recon vehicle, some Roland, some Flak Panzer. These are mortar. Here you have, I think these are actually infantry. Yeah, troop transport, French troop transport, Abrams, MBT-70, and Jaguar. You have a Chaparral in there. Command vehicle here. Some more troop transport, probably transporting on a French Legion. Some Chieftain here. You have some mortar artillery here, French. Here you have a Nimet RS, which is a multiple rocket launcher, so it's artillery. Chaparral, MPT. Some Marder with Panzer Grenadier in them. These are VAB with Milan missile in them, or infantry. Saracen with special forces. And here you have Chaparral trucks. We have a command vehicle all the way over there. And here we have French artillery under the command of Silent Spy. And this is it. That's our forces. Now let's check the enemy forces. So let's see. Here we have anti-air. As you can see, German anti. No, well, is that? Anyway, it's light anti-air, not particularly effective. Here you have BMP-2, which is rare that I see these. Then you have more anti-air, troop transport here, infantry. Some more BMP-2 here. Here you have a command vehicle, I believe. This is anti-air Buck. These are T-62 and T-72 here. These are not the version with missile though, so that's an interesting choice. What are these? T-72A, BMP-2. Okay, so this guy has a lot of BMP-2. He likes that apparently. Now let's see this guy here. You have some artillery, basic artillery, some anti-air here. These are T-62, so fine basic tank. More T-62, some chopper here. It's the cheapest chopper. Now, well, here you have some infantry with BMP-1, and they are defending the forest. They are well, this guy is investing a lot in defending the command vehicle. That's overdoing it. He's using actually 8 units of special forces with their BTR-60. That's way too much. Then he used a Buck, which is on the rear, and Tunguska. That's a lot of defense for a command vehicle. The best thing to do is to never allow your enemy to get there in the first place. Okay, and here you have some more BMP-1 in the forest here, transporting regular troops, I suppose. And this is it. That's the order of battle. Let's go ahead. I will slow down the time a little. Okay, at 1. So as you can see, we had a barrage already, shooting them. And I sent my Kiowa in front. It's a good recon, as I said previously. Let's see how it does recon indeed. I can see that they have a recon right there, but I don't really see anything else. Well, here I actually start to see enemy troops that are moving to Charlie, and I informed my team of that, and they are starting to bombard Charlie. So that's good. Let's see if it actually was an effective bombardment. Well, it did not really hit much of their infantry, but I'm sure it did intimidate a little the guy that came on that side. Well, on that side you can see they had a lot of vehicle coming. And actually I'm not sure if I actually saw them. Let's see. Yeah, I saw them. I told the artillery to shoot there. So let's switch back to see if they will. Normally they will. Okay, so the artillery is on the way. Now I must say that the adversary in this battle were not particularly experienced. You can even see MLRS coming. So you have artillery falling on the enemy position, and now you have even rockets falling down. Although rockets, especially the NATO version, are not super good. And now, but even though they are not super good, you can see actually some effect. They did manage to destroy a few troop transport, and probably nearly annihilate the infantry in them as well. And I'm sure they were the enemy was a little disheartened by the sight of so much artillery falling on them. The artillery in this game is really amazing. It's a lot of fun to see all these shiny explosions. But I guess the rain did stop now, so I'm telling my artillery to correct their fire to those line of three. And the enemy were not particularly aggressive in this, and as you can see here, they are really dividing their troops a lot. I think that's a bit of a mistake. And this guy right here, I think it was likely the most experienced of the bunch. Alright, so some action happening on that side. There's a few BMPs which are getting owned by Legion units. And on that side, Silent Spy is actually doing a flanking maneuver. And he's also bombarding the area there. As you can see, the thing is that he's using French artillery. And the French artillery has a really good rate of fire. So that means that they're firing a lot. Okay, Abrams are actually shooting the enemy now. But it seems that the enemy are doing some scouting ahead, which seem to be very badly advised, considering the explosion of their troops. Same here. They were testing our defense, apparently. While there, the enemy sent a few chopper to investigate there. These are cheap chopper, but you should not send a chopper to do recon stuff. Well, on that side, those BMP-2 are taking care of the few troop transport we had there. They're also shooting one of our recon chopper there. As you can see, they have a very effective autocannon. And Warsutter came out of the forest with his Legionnaire, but I think that was a mistake. You should never reveal your infantry in an open field, especially against Vehicle. While there was an exchange of missile, but nothing particularly convincing. Let's see what's happening here. You have some Milan infantry which are shooting the enemy. Some MBT-70 which are panicked right now, which is kind of weird. But the thing is that BMP-2 have missiles, so they can actually be deadly. That is something to consider. And with their autocannon, I guess they are making my troops worry. They are shooting my Bradley, which are shooting back with tow missile. And you can see our artillery, which is really bombarding a lot. But the thing is that the enemy in this battle were really conservative, kind of. They did a few advance, but as you can see, they were too few to do much of a difference. And you need to concentrate your striking power if you want to attack. Otherwise, you need to defend. But even in defense, if you're too spread out, which seems to be the case right now, the fact that you're too spread out, you're unable to deliver a strong punishment to your enemy, and you will end up losing your troops slowly. So on that side, Silent Spy is actually moving, flanking the enemy, literally. Shooting some Fago unit. And pulling back his Martyr, which he used as recon. He has actually 6 Abrams, which is a pretty strong force. I will not move too much tank into the forest, but they are strong nonetheless. While here you have a few T-62 which are flanking me. And I only have 1 unit of Milan, which is actually shooting them. But one specificity of my unit of Milan is that it's maxed out in terms of experience. One thing that you can do if you want to save ammo is to simply give experience to your missile unit. I think that's the best investment in terms of experience, because that will increase their efficiency, their accuracy. So that means that with missile infantry, what you want is to give them the maximum accuracy, especially since replacing a missile is very costly in terms of resources. Well, it's not that it costs you so much, but it's just that you will need to send Ural or choppers to resupply your troops. So that can be a cost in time, I guess. Okay, now something interesting happening over here. I have flamethrower infantry, which are now deployed on the enemy deployment zone. And as you can see, they are burning the whole place. Because now some people will say, well, we don't use flamethrower anymore. Well, the thing is that this game is set in the Cold War, so what that means is that back then it was legal, I guess. Okay, War Starter, or is it... it's actually Silent Spy, I think. Yeah, it's Silent Spy, which is bringing some Apache to get rid of the incoming reinforcements, and they help out my flamethrowers, which burn the old place. Of course, I wanted to be very stealthy here, so flaming the old place wasn't probably the smartest idea to remain stealthy. So the enemy did notice that we were there, and as a result of this, you can now see that the anti-air are actually engaging our force, and they did manage to shoot down the 2 Apache from Silent Spy. And Apache are really expensive, so that was a lot of points that we lost, and even lost his other choppers. So that gives you the range of the buck. Now you can even see that he's firing on the hogs, which are right there. That's a really long range. So that's why chopper are a really tricky thing to play. Okay, let's see. Multiple rocket launcher is bombarding the enemy now. And here's the thing. He bombards the enemy, but it doesn't do that much damage, all things considered. It stunned the enemy, sure, but I'm really not a believer in multiple rocket launcher. Unless you're fighting an enemy which is mostly composed of infantry, I don't think rocket launcher is an advised choice. You have some artillery which is bombarding us now. But as you can see, not much going on this battlefield. It's a fairly relaxing game, all things considered. But the enemy now realized that I had troops over there, so they are trying to take it back, and they are managing to push my Sapper out with a strong infantry attack. but it's not enough yet. It's just that now with their BMPs they have some firepower to push me back, and there's a fight in the forest now, but they're still having trouble to push me away. And what I did there is I just let the fight happen. I did not really do any specific move to win or lose this fight. I just let my troops do whatever they wanted, especially since they were scared and ran away, worried. They pulled back. And the forest is burning, so that's bad for the morale of your troop usually. So they did manage to resecure their spawning ground. Well, on that side there's some kind of fight in the wood. It's the Abrams and Marder plus Panzer Grenadier which are fighting a few infantry units. It's just that now they are starting to be low on fuel, so that's a bit of an issue. You can see the place which is burning now, and the enemy is rotting and exploding. Okay. Oh, and the Panzer Grenadier are now intercepting T62, which are the best unit to intercept with missiles, as you can see. And also at the range they have a good accuracy, so the T62 were destroyed very quickly. Okay, what else is going on this battlefield? Now on Bravo we're still bombarding. The enemy is still trying to push me out of the forest, which I just let happen. Our MLRS is still bombarding the Bravo position. I'm sure you will not like to live in one of those houses. Although they don't seem particularly damaged. Survived all this. Okay, so my sapper are pulling back. I'm just letting them pull back, and they are killing a lot of infantry on the way, which is a good deal. The thing is that in the forest, flamethrower against infantry is such an effective weapon. Now the enemy are advancing with T-72. But here's the thing, they keep advancing, but they don't have a sufficient amount of troops to achieve anything. So, and they're not really destroying anything either. So they are being engaged by what? A few of my tank. No, T-72 are probably better than my French tank, but French tank I like these because first of all they are fast. They are mobile and you can deploy them at a cheap price, so it's really effective to use. That's why I like to use these units. And the thing also is that there's two vision you can have when it comes to managing your tank. You can have the vision of having the best tank ever and use it super cautiously and having a great impact on the battlefield with your tank. But the thing is that if you lose that tank, it's over. Just spend the enormous amount of points on those tanks. Well, I prefer the approach of having a lot of units, and if I lose a unit, I lose less than if I lose a super good unit, and that's why I like a lot the very cheap units, which I can have in large number, and that goes at a good speed. And now I'm essentially pushing the enemy back with my tank. And we have a few Cobra right there, which are shooting tow missile on T-62 over there, and my tank are actually supporting them. Also have a few, I think it's my MBT-70, which are supporting as well. But I think now those Cobra are getting a little ahead of themselves, and they are getting intercepted by enemy infantry. And one of them paid for it. Actually, it seems that this one doesn't seem in particularly good shape either. Yeah, it's actually crashing. There you have it. You never send your chopper ahead without any recon. It's that simple, because it can have that kind of result. And infantry, even the cheapest one, has a high chance of actually shooting down a chopper. So that's something you should not do. Never send your chopper ahead without support. You need good recon, otherwise you'll lose them. Well, here I'm actually pulling back my tank because there's no recon around, and I think my tank cannot hold against the kind of tank in front of me, which are T72. Yeah, T72 is probably better than my AMX 30B. Nonetheless, if I'm well behind cover, they might have a chance to damage those tanks a little. Now let's see what's happening here. You have some Apache, which are shooting on the BMP-2, and one of them explode now. So you can see now that that BMP squad was taken out. And on the right side we have artillery, which is shooting nothing right now. There might have been something there before, but I think it's either that the artillery destroyed them completely, or we're just hallucinating the fact that there was perhaps something there. Okay, or perhaps we're just putting a show for the locals. Like, don't mess with us, we have artillery. I can see that here it's actually my Milan infantry which is destroying those T-72, and it's all thanks to the fact that I kept them resupplied with Puma choppers, which are really mobile, and you can move them where you need them very quickly. And the fact that my Milan infantry has experience make them very effective at shooting tanks. When I shoot them, I hit, so that destroyed them. As you can see there. Oh, the tank is gone. Excellent. I brought some Recon Bradley there, but the game was over, and as you can see, that was a total victory, and the enemy were pretty low ranked, but that was still an interesting battle, because what's interesting to see here is the mistake that everybody did. And I think we did our share of mistake, and they did their share of mistake. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you on the next one, if you want some.